Alright, so before I start making excuses for what I hope to be 10 minutes, let's talk about a little anecdote. A little story that happened to me this morning and ruined my day. In the morning, by which I mean when I woke up, by which I mean 2 PM, if we're being generous, my PC was making a weird noise. And because I didn't want to listen to it, and because I had handled a computer before, I knew to turn it off and on again. So I did that. And that fixed the issue. However, in order to turn it off, I had to stop certain tasks that were being active for no reason whatsoever. I didn't consent to it. Logitech G502 has decided to update itself, and because I wanted to assert dominance over my computer, I just stopped it. In probably the most aggressive and inconvenient and worst way possible, as it later turned out. Yeah, that did fix the issue of PC making noise. What did happen later was that my computer just refused to make any noise. This was not a hardware issue, but a software issue. Because instead of I don't know what you call it. Instead of part of the computer just making weird noise, the computer decided to not play any sounds at all and not recognize any. It looked like my computer was completely muted, but I couldn't at all do anything about it. I tried increasing the volume, but the bar for which you do that was just not cooperating at all. It turned out that my computer didn't respect any devices for audio input or output at all. And there was nothing I could do. I tried troubleshooting the issue, but because it's because it's Windows 11, it was just straight up not loading. So while it was loading in the background, I decided to figure out a solution of my own. I figured it's probably related to Logitech, because with the app I control my keyboard, mouse, and microphone, because it's sort of useful. I mean, I could live without it, but it's useful, it's fun to have. Yeah, it's fun to have. That's the point. So I tried launching the app again, and it wasn't loading. So I decided to shut it down completely with Task Manager, hoping that that would fix whatever it was doing to my audio, and it didn't. So I tried uninstalling it, thinking just removing everything would fix the problem, and again, it didn't. My last idea was to install it again, which did work, to be honest. Worked perfectly, fixed the issue, and I was happy. However, a few hours after the incident, I recorded SkyWars for a good 20 minutes. And after I decided to go and edit the video, it turned out that all of that didn't capture anything from my microphone at all. Because part of my tinkering included sort of putting the USB for my microphone to a different slot. It stopped it disconnected it from OBS, so my OBS forgot that the microphone was connected, and because of that, it didn't record anything I have ever said. Which was annoying, and I'm not completely sure what exactly I said, so it will be hard to make the rest of this video. Anyways, I sort of feel like I owe you all an apology, or perhaps an explanation of what has happened. Or more accurately, why has nothing happened? Basically nothing in the past over a year. And well, that's a pretty long time, and I won't be able to tell everything that has happened, nor will I be able to go into great detail for the things that have happened. I hope I can sort of give you the gist of what has been happening. And hopefully, in a way that will make you understand and hopefully forgive me. Because it's not great that that has happened. I probably have actually preferred if I could make videos in that time, but just circumstances didn't really allow it. because I didn't have the time or energy to do all of that. The things that have happened have been set in motion long before then, but I feel like the most important thing started in September 2024, when the last year of high school has started for me. And on top of that, it was also the time where I got accepted into a job, which my parents sort of demanded that I do. So that didn't leave me a lot of time or energy to do YouTube. That's another thing that has happened. You see, because this was the last year of high school, there were a lot of demands for me. I don't know about other high schools, but my particular high school has this little habit of ending its final school year sooner than all the ones. Instead of ending in June and stuff, it would instead end it in spring, so that people had a time to prepare for almost for their upcoming academic, careers. Some, taking application tests for colleges, universities, or whatever they were doing. I, however, had to prepare for the application text, and as mentioned, planned to sort of take a gap year, which didn't exactly work out. Anyways, after the school was over for me, or what I thought it would be over, I have made this video, in which I promised that I would be more active from now on. That, however, didn't... Are you kidding me? That, however, didn't completely work out. And while that that video's release and the immediate future was some... Are you kidding me? Was some of my most active time this year. Well, in fact, the most active time this year. Most of this year's videos come from then. It didn't last very long, because eventually few things have come out that were very anticipated, and something I could not resist or do anything except play them. First of those, on June 5th, 2025, was... This is gonna f*** me over, isn't it? Yes! Why can't I just get healing? Anyways, June 5th, 2025, Deltarune came out, and I played Deltarune. And because I had time then, I made videos on Deltarune. Isn't that amazing? I was happy about making videos of Deltarune. It's fun. I don't really care that many people haven't watched it, because I had fun. That's a fun video to make, and it's a fun game to play. Win-win, if you ask me. With that said... Okay. I'm just completely abandoning that idea. However, not long after, in fact, just 3 weeks after that, Forging update came out. And, because that's the most anticipated update of Hypixel Skyblock history, it sort of happened that it took quite a lot of time for me to finish. And because I have this habit of making videos on updates, I wanted to do that. But for me to be able to do that, I needed to actually finish the update, because otherwise I wouldn't allow myself to work on it. It wouldn't be fair. So I spent quite a lot of time trying to max the update, and by the time I was finished, a few months have passed. I started editing the video, and sort of reworking it, because either the quality would sort of degrade over the video's course. I redid the video multiple times, and was left with 12 minutes, as of now, footage that I was sort of proud of. Anyways, as I was slowly working on the video, time was still passing. Time continued to move forward, and later we get to September, which is normally when school year would start, but for me specifically, it would start in October, so I still had some time. Something that I don't think no one was expecting, is that something came out in September. At the very beginning of September, September 4th, 2025, a certain game came out. Another very anticipated game that released this year was Silksong. I played Silksong. I didn't make any videos on it because I haven't even barely scratched the surface of the recordings I have of Hollow Knight, and I feel like it would be very confusing for literally everyone. If these zombies could get out of the way. I'm willing to fight both of you. With my bow anyway. Okay. Okay. I played Silksong. After all that, I spent a lot of time playing Silksong. I think it's even fair to say that I got addicted. I spent so much time on the game, it's actually impressive. Pretty impressive anyway. And I don't have any videos to show for it just yet, but I do have a lot of footage, and that footage is going to make quite a lot of videos, I believe. However, I don't really want to start that project until I have finished forging, at least, so that's going to have to wait a little while. However, because while I didn't want to start another series, I felt like there was some room to create certain few videos, because it's a great game, so surely I would figure out something. And because I really enjoyed the boss fights, because the game is fantastic, I decided to do some bosses no hit, because that's one of my oldest videos on the channel, of doing just that in Hollow Knight. And I have plans to do it a lot more. So, I chose a boss, I did it no hit multiple times, stitched it together, created a video out of it, and was pretty happy with the result, and so were people that watched it. At least some of them. So, I chose another boss. I decided to do that no hit, and started slowly working towards it. However, I got annoyed pretty quickly, so I decided to take a little bit of a break, and instead of that, play Skyblock. I decided to set myself a pretty simple goal that I felt like would take just a little while for me to relax, get my things together, and get back to Silksong and being productive as soon as I possibly could. The goal in question was maxing Pulse Ring, which ended up taking 30 hours of playtime. And so I was fishing for those hours, and before I was finished, an update came out. The update in question changed the mythological event, and I was determined to do that, because it's a great opportunity to make a lot of money. I, however, didn't make a lot of money. I, in fact, lost, had 1.7 billion less than when I started. And while the event only happened once, I think there is pretty good opportunity that I'm going to make some of my money back next time the event happens. I need to breathe. That, however, took even more time, and once the event was over, I went back and finished working on the Pulse Ring, so that was one less thing that I would have on my mind. Not long after that, however, an event appeared on Hypixel. Community Appreciation Event, which grants triple XP, triple Hypixel XP, and triple coins for all minigames except for Skyblock. And because I wanted to boost my Hypixel levels a little bit and also grind some coins, mostly for SkyWars, I decided to make SkyWars videos. I've been doing that weekly for 3 weeks, this is the third one, and yeah, they're pretty simple videos to make. They're pretty funny once they're edited, and they take a lot less time than the forging video, which is great. Exactly what I was looking for. They're not doing as well as some of the other videos I've been making, but it's easier and it's a nice change. As mentioned in some of the videos, it allows me to communicate certain things easier, which is great. So I'm going to be making these videos for a while. No, just no. No, you're not gonna run. There's no escape. Not a single bit of escape. Anyways, I'm gonna be doing more SkyWars videos in the near future. But I might throw in another video when it's ready. Namely, for next week, there should be a Skybook video, if things go right. But if things would have gone right already, it would be this week's video, not next week's. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, I might throw other videos in there when they're ready. And if you stay this long, you would probably benefit or would be interested in knowing what other videos you might expect on this channel. Namely, I will finish, logically, the series that I've started. Namely, Hollow Knight, Celeste, Deltarune, all of that. On top of that, there's also going to be the series that I haven't yet started, but I also have already recorded a little bit. And that's going to be Silksong. I don't think that applies to any other games. But yeah. I've also recorded some other things, namely I have some footage of me playing Bed Wars with a bunch of friends, including Xryu from the last video. If you would be interested in seeing more videos with me playing with some random people I know, then tell me, because it's easy to arrange, and I feel like it has the potential to be more entertaining than me just being solo and complaining in SkyWars all the time. Okay, I'm not fighting that guy. Series that I yet plan to record, and I haven't yet started, would be playing Terraria. Definitely with Extra, probably with some other people. We will decide once we get to it. But before I start doing that, I actually want to wait for the anticipated update for the game to come out, because I've already played a lot, so I would probably benefit in there being some more new content in the game. I'll play Silksong DLCs when they come out, obviously, but you know. What else is there to say? I don't think there's much. Oh. Well, that's pretty easy. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe so we don't miss the next one. And I will see you another time.